Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Victoria and today we are doing my December TBR. I am super excited about December. It is the last month of the year, it is Christmas time, and it is also my birthday. My birthday is December 2nd, so it's actually this coming Friday when I'm filming this. So I am very excited about that and I hope that it'll be a good month. I am both ready for this year to be over and terrified of 2023. So I have a lot of books that I actually hope to read in December. I have been in a weird reading slump for October and the beginning of November. I seem to be sort of out of it now, although I have read a lot less books in November than I had planned to, so some of these might cross over from my November TBR, also from my October TBR, because I still haven't read some of the books that were on there. But mostly this TBR is just going to be me trying to, one, read books that I had planned to read the entire year and haven't gotten to yet, and two, try and meet my Goodreads goal. I am a person who, if I set a goal, I really want to hit it. Like, I know it has like not that much impact on my life, but I will feel like a failure if I do not hit it. So my Goodreads goal for the year is 365, and my books that I've read so far this year is 310. So I have to read 55 books in the next month and week, so that should be interesting. But I'm going to try. My plan is to read a lot of novellas, so hopefully I can do that. I have no trips or anything planned in December, so hopefully that'll help too, because October and November I had so many plans and life things happening, and in December I'm pretty much just like chilled down, so hopefully I'll be able to have a lot more time for reading. But yeah, the first thing that's on my TBR is just a shit ton of novellas. I am going between like recommendation videos of friends who love novellas and read a lot of novellas and have videos about it. So I watched a whole bunch. Samantha from Books with Samantha has a whole bunch of videos. Averie from Ava's Romance Books, she gave me a whole bunch of novella recommendations. Michae just recently put out a novella recommendation video, so I am excited to read a whole bunch. I know that there are a ton of Christmas and like holiday themed ones too, so I'm planning on reading a bunch of those. I might go on like a little bit of like a Jessica Cain marathon, because I've only read 2 Jessica Cain novellas, and I know that her Big Boy series is really well done, and so I want to read those ones because I've read Cassie Mint's Big Boy series and I really liked it. So we'll see what I get to, but I plan to read like a whole bunch of novellas just whenever I can fit them in. The next thing that's on my TBR is Tangled in Tinsel by Trelina Pucci. This is one that I put on my radar by Jess because she was looking for a bunch of Christmas romances and she mentioned this one, and it's a why choose Christmas romance, and I love why choose romances, so I immediately put it on my TBR. It does actually come out in the beginning of December. I think it's like the second week of December or the first week of December, so I do think it comes out fairly soon. But I'm excited for it. I honestly have no idea what it's about. I am assuming, based on the fact that it's why choose and holiday themed, that it'll probably be snowed in. That's usually how you get why choose romances during the holidays or during winter season. They're like snowed in romances. So if that's the case, I'm excited and I think it'll be great. Another Christmas themed one that I was recommended is 'Tis the Season for Revenge by Morgan Elizabeth. This one I saw compared to Legally Blonde. Christy from Christy Reads a Lot was talking to me about it, and she said that basically this girl's boyfriend breaks up with her and she wants to get back at him, and so she goes and sleeps with his boss. is my understanding. And that sounds fantastic. I'm pretty sure Christy gave it 5 stars, and so I'm just very excited about it. I think it'll be really fun. There is no audiobook for it, so I'm gonna try my hardest. I have been more reading ebooks lately, which is part of the reason why I've been going so slowly with my romance reading. But I'm hoping that I can get to it because I do know quite a few of my friends gave it 5 stars. The next one that's on my TBR is Madness of the Horde King by Zoe Draven. This is book 3 in the Horde Kings of Drakkar series. I absolutely loved book 1 in this series, which was Captive of the Horde King, and then book 2, which I can't remember the title, was okay. It wasn't bad. I just didn't love the plot line as much as book 1, but I'm excited to get to book 3, especially because I'm buddy reading it with Averie. I'm gonna be really excited about that. I wanted to buddy read a book with Averie for ages and we haven't done it yet, so I'm excited to read this one. It's gonna be good. The cover is really cool. Like, I really like the way that the dude looks in this one, so I'm excited about it. Okay, the next one that I actually have a physical copy of, and that is Priest by Sierra Simone. This is on my 5-star predictions for the year. It's one that I haven't gotten to yet. I have actually started this and then put it down. I read like the first chapter and then just like wasn't in the mood for it at that time. But I'm very determined. This is one of like 5 books that I'm very determined to read before the end of the year, so I will be reading Priest in December. Then another book that I really want to read is Ivy by Willa Nash. This is Willa Nash's, or Devney Perry's, only other standalone that I haven't read, so I want to. I've read this one. I have read almost all of Devney Perry's backlist this year. Before this year, I believe I had only read 1 of her books, and so this year I read a lot of them, and so I only have a few left on her backlist to read, and Ivy happens to be one, and it's the only standalone left that I have, and so I would like to try and get that one like checked off and read that one. I know that Tori from Novel Life really loved it, so I'm excited about it. I think it's really different than any of the books that she has because I believe it follows multiple couples, and so I'm excited about it and I hope I love it. Next one that I have is another one that I have a physical copy of, and that is The Heir by Sophie Lark. This one is book 1 in the Kingmaker series. I also have started this one. I started this like 5 months ago, and I got about like 15% in. And just like wasn't in a mafia mood at the time, so I really want to read at least this first book in the series. I know that Kingmakers is a really, really popular series. I love the Brutal Birthright series, so I'm excited to see how the children of it go. I really want to get to the bully because that's the one that I'm like the most excited for. So I would like to get through at least book 1 in December so that I can move on with the series. This is a friends to lovers. They're like at a school where it's like mafia boarding school where they learn how to be mafia leaders basically. Then the next one that I have is Quarterback Sneak by Candy Steiner. This is book 3 in the series that it has Fair Catch and Blindside in it. I love Blindside, and I am excited about Quarterback Sneak. I have seen a lot of good reviews for it. I love the TikToks that Candy Steiner posts about it. She has mentioned that the audiobook should be coming out in December, so I'm crossing my fingers that it does and that I can read it. But that is on my TBR for the audiobook when it comes out. Then another one that I have is In the Weeds by BK Borison. This is another one that Jess from Peace Love Books put on my radar. This one is a small town romance series. It's actually book 2 in the series, but it sounds more interesting to me than book 1, so I'm gonna just read book 2. It's available on Hoopla for the audiobook, so I downloaded it and I'm really hoping that I love it. Then I have the remaking of Corbin Whale by Roan Parrish. This one I picked for December because the cover gives me like winter vibes and it's very short. So I don't know much of what it's about. I believe it's MM. I think Roan Parrish only writes MM. And I think it's like fantastical but not a fantasy book, and I'm excited about it. Hope I love it. It'll be my first Roan Parrish. Then another one that I want to read is Love Unexpected by QB Tyler. I read a few QB Tylers this year. She is a new author to me this year, and I've really, really loved her books. And this one, I think this one just recently came out on audiobook, and I have a physical copy of it, and so I want to read it. This is a forbidden romance where I believe that the romance is between a heroine and her stepfather after her mother dies, which sounds incredibly taboo. So I'm intrigued by it, but if anyone can make me into it, it's QB Tyler. So that one I have. But those are the main ones that I have like actually off my shelves. I'm gonna try again to read as many books as I can in December. Just whatever strikes my fancy, I'm going to immediately pick up. Even if it's just not on my TBR, I'm just going to just like pick up everything. I do have some books on my November TBR that I'm going to not get to into November, so I'm going to roll over to December. One being Two Wrongs Make a Right by Chloe Leese. I'm waiting for the library loan and I won't get it in November. I will probably get it in December, so I'm going to try and read that one. It's Chloe Leese's new book that just recently came out in the end of November, and it is a traditionally published Chloe Leese book, so that's really interesting. I want to read War by Laura Thalassa still. I'd like to read another Laura Thalassa book this year, and I happen to own the audiobook of War. This is her book 2 in the Four Horsemen series. I have really enjoyed the Laura Thalassa books that I've read, but I've never continued with her series, so I'd like to. I'm feeling fantasy vibes for winter, and I feel like this will give me that fantastical fantasy that I'm looking for. Reckless Memories by Catherine Cowles is another one that I want to roll over to December, hopefully. It's the first book in the last series that I have left to read by Catherine Cowles. I love Catherine Cowles, and I would like to read more from her, so I want to read that one. But yeah, that's I think the main ones that I have. I'm just gonna, again, mood read wherever I can, pick up as many books as I possibly can so I can read in December and knock out that Goodreads goal and read amazing books at the end of December. You have all of my end of year content, so like top books of the year and stuff is probably going to be in January. I liked to put it in January so that I can get a full year of reading, because I don't want to put out my top books of the year video and then read like an amazing book that would have made that list. So all of those videos will be in January, but I'm excited for December. I'm excited for my birthday. I'm excited for Christmas. I am hoping that everything goes well. But that is going to be it for this video. So please let me know down in the comments below what you're most excited to read in December. And that's it. So please like this video. If you liked it, subscribe so you can stick around and see more content from me. And I hope that you have a wonderful day. Bye.